Welcome back, my beloveds. Today we'll be talking about how you can build mystery. A sense of mystery can take your femininity from one level to the next. I'll be going over the tools on how you can achieve this, and I will be sharing tips on how you can use your strengths to your advantage. Give this video a thumbs up and click the subscription button, and let's get started. I do want to be clear that building mystery should be for yourself and not to thirst trap people. Mystery can be a reason, alongside many other reasons, to attract people, be it romantically, career-wise, or in your social life. However, like I said, let this be something that you want to do for yourself. So what is mystery? Mystery is not knowing enough of someone or something, and we're all curious about something. There's a sense of thrill or intrigue when we don't have it fully figured out, like a puzzle with missing pieces. We as humans tend to encounter mysteries from time to time, and even more interestingly, we enjoy mysteries. It's kind of like a toy that we can't get enough of. However, once you have figured out what the mystery is all about, the hype will tend to die down. Like there's nothing left to explore and discover anymore. By observation, I've noticed in people that once they have solved a mystery, they go looking for it in someone or something else, or that life tends to become predictable and boring. Be it consciously or unconsciously, people will look for the next mystery. An example of this can be in a romantic sense. When you first meet someone you're interested in, you just might want to know more. Now, if I were to speculate, I think that some people sometimes start looking for something new in other people, something like a new emotion or a new sense of hope or anything that is foreign or more intense to what they currently know. But when they finally reach the end of their mystery hunt, there's very little to look forward to. This isn't the case with everyone though. Mystery is all about keeping the details to yourself. So, what benefits can you gain from being mysterious? How I see it is that there are both personal and social benefits to being mysterious. I'll start with the personal. Being mysterious is a great way to protecting your energy in instances where you're meeting someone new. The last thing that you'd want is a stranger knowing personal details of yourself, especially if you don't know their intentions. And so mystery is a great way to pass time, so you can get to know someone and judge for yourself if this person is worthy of being in your personal life. On a social level, it's a great way to attract people and keep them intrigued about you. Some people enjoy talking about themselves, and in this instance, being mysterious will help you divert the conversation back towards them. When you do this, you will seem more interested in them, and this will help you listen more. In other cases, it will give people an idea of the kind of person that you are, and you won't seem self-absorbed, which might be very off-putting in some cases. But most importantly, people will clearly see that where their place is in your life. So how can you be mysterious? Tip number 1, learn to share less. Sharing less does not mean being secretive or seeming like you're cold. For instance, if someone asks you how your weekend was, you don't need to tell them the full details. You could simply say, I had a good weekend. I spent it with family. How was your weekend? By asking them a follow-up question, it will help divert the conversation back to them and require you to listen more. But most importantly, you will seem more interested. Sharing less goes beyond conversations, but also what you choose to share with the world. So, if you own a few social media accounts, limit what you share. The world does not need to know every detail of your life. Once you start sharing way too much with the world, it will eventually feel entitled to your life. If you share a lot online, ask yourself if it's for social validation, or do you need to prove to the world that you have something going on? Because if that's the case, then you have to ask yourself why. Is it something that you've been taught from a young age? Or could it be that you want the world to perceive you in a certain way? Whatever it is, please make sure that if there are any unresolved issues that need professional care, please do find the help as soon as you can. When it comes to sharing less, a lot of people can confuse this with being cold and unapproachable. You can be mysterious and friendly at the same time. Like I said in the example earlier, if someone asks you something, you can give them an answer without spilling the full details. But I must say, being mysterious isn't about hiding secrets. Hiding some personal details isn't the same as hiding a criminal record, for instance. And I'm sorry, I know that's a bit of an extreme example. Again, being mysterious has levels, and you need to gauge whether this person is worthy of knowing you on a much deeper level. This also expands on your past mistakes. Get to know someone if you want to share your past mistakes. As humans, we may encounter trauma bonds. According to Harley Therapy, trauma bonds are referred to a state of being emotionally attached, not to a kind friend or family member, but to an abuser. It's a negative cycle form of bonding as it keeps you in a loyal, destructive situation. The abuser uses cycles of abuse and then some form of reward to keep you trapped in psychologically and emotionally. These bonds are certainly the kind of bonds that you want to avoid. So being mysterious is also a great way to keep personal details to yourself so that some low-value people don't use that against you, especially your past mistakes that you haven't fully learned from. Tip number 2, improve your communication skills. Communication is a big part of being mysterious. It's all about choosing your words carefully and thinking before you speak. Again, I want to make note that being mysterious isn't about being cold and unapproachable. You can be friendly and mysterious. It's all about how you communicate. Your tone will let the listener know if you're being serious or not. A good vocabulary will also let people or the listener know that you're good at expressing yourself. An example of this could be when people swear. People will drop constant F-bombs, and this may be an indication that they can't find the right words to express themselves, and so F-bombs become an easier option. You won't get much across if all you're doing is swearing, and that could also lead to you just being misunderstood. So good communication skills are very imperative in every aspect of your life. This will elevate your relationships and help you be clear and precise. The third tip is embracing your individuality. The older you get, the more you'll begin to learn about yourself. But before you get there, you will experience times where you find yourselves in tribes that aren't necessarily the best for you. Sometimes people just want to fit in, and there isn't anything wrong with that. However, it can become concerning when you lose yourself for social acceptance. There's a wonderful sense of belonging and worth when you found your tribe. And in some instances, your tribe might not even be or consist of people who all dress the same or enjoy the same interests as you. However, embracing your individuality makes you stand out. And for the mere fact that there is absolutely no one on this planet that is like you. And this, I would say, is something that you should be proud of. This will contribute to your mystery. And since you aren't like others, you don't follow crowds, so you appear less predictable. When you're content with who you are, there's very little external forces that can change that. And being unpredictable is one of the main things that increase your mystery. Embracing your individuality will also benefit you in the long run. And you will feel less pressured to live a life that brings little value to you. Tip number 4 is spend most of your time filling your cup. Having too much time in your hands can leave you in a vulnerable position where you spend your energy with people who aren't worth your energy. Find a hobby that is known to a few people in your circle, or rather, let me rephrase that. Find a hobby that will really fill your cup and give you life. Doing activities for your own self-development is a great way to spend time. But more importantly, it's a great way to learn how to make yourself happy or push you out of your comfort zone. Some may lack the tools or knowledge to make themselves happy, and this could potentially lead them to looking for happiness in other sources. If this ever happens to you, what you will likely experience is a sense of desperation to find someone or something to make you happy. Once you don't find it or it begins to wear off, what you might end up doing is creating a bad habit of hopping from one person to another, or one bad habit to another bad habit, in hopes of finding what you're truly looking for. This trait can be extremely toxic, especially if it's combined with low-value people who will use that to manipulate you and keep you around to take advantage of you, because they know or they see that you aren't able to find happiness within yourself or on your own. And so, going back to filling your cup, you can use a hobby to further improve your life. Not everyone is blessed to be doing their dream job. This can leave a negative impact on your mind, body, and intellect. A hobby can help you bring yourself back towards yourself and even become a tool to help you reverse or heal past trauma. When choosing a hobby, don't go for what's currently trending. Decide on something that you've always wanted to do. Something you know will make you happy in the process. The last tip to building mystery is learning to say no. Not everyone can say no to something that they don't want to do. And this is something that everyone needs to learn, especially with how we are conditioned by the environments that we live in. For some, they might be afraid to reject a person, especially if they have been rejected in the past and know how hurtful that can be. For others, they might be afraid of losing that specific relationship, or rather, will say yes to anything for the sake of staying in that relationship. And this could be out of fear of abandonment. Now, that's just a few reasons why some people won't say no, even though deep down they really want to. On a less emotional note, some people will say yes because they don't have anything else to do, or feel like being asked to do something is an affirmation that their presence is highly demanded. Regardless of the reason, say no to what you don't want to do or be a part of. People will learn to appreciate the time that you spend with them even more, especially if you aren't always available. Saying no to what you don't want is also a great way to let other people know that you won't lower your standards for anything. It shows that you cherish your energy. However, this only applies to the things you don't want to do. On the other hand, don't go around saying no to everything and looking 100% uninterested. You can be mysterious if you spend time with people. Just don't do it out of seeking validation and acceptance. And this is why you need to learn to say no to certain things that you don't want to do, or rather to everything that you don't want to do. Well, that's it for today, my beloveds. I hope that this video has been very valuable to you in one way or another. For more videos, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget to hit like and share as well. And today I'd like to leave you with a quote by Paulo Coelho that says, "If you're brave enough to say goodbye, life will reward you with a new hello." So that's it from me, Estelle. Goodbye, my beloveds.